What's up?
Hello, Dan and Deanna here, live from Miami. And go ahead.
Yeah, so it's Saturday evening. It's August 22nd, 2026, and we feel called to do a sermon, especially because we happen to be having a Miami trip this week. And so it's literally just going to be called the Miami Sermon. And we picked up a oracle card deck here in Miami. We went to a spiritual store called the House of Intuition, and I picked out the deck. I picked out Colette Baron Reed's Goddess Power Oracle because I really feel that we cannot empower the divine feminine enough on this planet at this time. And Dan picked out the singing bowl from the same shop, House of Intuition, and it's the largest singing bowl we have. And it's like and I believe it's from India. But so for the Miami sermon, we're going to start with a card reading. So I went ahead and shuffled, and the first card for this week's Sunday sermon is Demeter, Nurturer, number 11.
I guess I'll dive in first.
No.
Go ahead.
Can I go first? Well,
No, go ahead.
I don't know what the flow is, but for me, right away, so kind of the main purpose of us coming to Miami, not the full purpose, of course, but the whole reason we're in Miami is for a 7th level Knights of the Round Table mastermind, like sales, marketing, and business event with Jeremy Miner. And if you don't know who Jeremy Miner is, well, you can just Google it. Do you want to give like a quick recap?
Sales guru, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Very wealthy, very knowledgeable about business, sales, and marketing. Just look him up. He has a company called 7th Level. And for me, being a divine feminine at this event, I noticed I was very cognizant of my feminine energy of nurturing. And I think I I don't want to overgeneralize or speak for anybody, but I will speak on behalf of the divine feminine that I represent. And if you agree or disagree, please say so in the comments. Whenever I'm, in a work environment or anything, especially if it's a more male dominated environment, I start to become very aware that I'm a divine feminine. And I noticed pretty much the whole time during this mastermind event, I was having this thing that kept coming up, which is, do I belong here? Should I be focusing on the home and being a stay-at-home mom and being like a homemaker? Do I belong at this event? And I think a lot of women, I'm not going to overgeneralize, you're free to disagree or agree with me. Some women might say, I don't feel that way. Of course I belong. This is something I move through. Is like a self-defeating, do I belong here in rooms like this? But when I was promoted to CEO of Twin Flames Universe back in the day, you may or may not be aware of this, but in a class, Jeff, helped me through this one. And you heal something once, you still go deeper and deeper into it. I still am healing this. I kind of said, oh, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom. And he just like promoted me to CEO. And it's like, what? You can be both, though. I notice that when I'm in environments like this, I shut down on myself. I feel like I don't maybe belong. I feel like I'm different. I feel like maybe I should just, not be here and let the men do this, and I'll just, prepare for motherhood.
But who was the head of the life insurance company that was there? A woman.
Yeah. And I shook Jeremy Miner's hand, but I also met and shook the hand, the COO, the Chief Operating Officer of 7th Level, was a woman. And I bring this up for many reasons. So when I told Jeff in class, like I told Jeff and Shalea and everyone this in class, like I just want to be a stay-at-home mom right after I was promoted to CEO. Jeff said, is that enough? Is your mothering energy good enough? Is that good to be a CEO? Is that a good thing? Are you enough? Do you have to be something else? No, I don't. The divine feminine and the divine masculine are completely equal. And I noticed that when I was in the room, I felt like this mothering, nurturing energy just emanating off of me. But I also felt claimed by everyone there. I really did. And what I really want to say to anyone watching this is, especially if you're a divine feminine, or if you're a divine masculine who notices this in a divine feminine, we have to remember that even though it's 2026 and you might think sexism is not a thing, we still haven't had a divine feminine president of the United States yet. And so if you're a divine feminine, just know that the very same traits that make you an excellent mother, an excellent friend, an excellent wife are the very same qualities that make you an excellent business owner, CEO, marketing tycoon, president. I am a woman, I am a divine feminine who has come across this many times. I just want all feminines to know that it's safe to be in rooms and in industries. You are more than wanted, and you can and will succeed, and you don't have to take on divine masculine energy or be someone or something that you're not to succeed. So that's what's coming up for me with this nurturer. I noticed the whole time I'm like, I want to bring up like the emotional aspects of everything going on. But that's needed, and it will come. The partnership is this is an empowerment message. Giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You're now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. And another message for this is an alignment message of not giving, not over giving to anyone or anything if you're an empty well, and brings up like boundaries and stuff like that. And I did notice that was one thing that I appreciated about this event is I noticed that I was kind of constantly wondering, why are we not all um sorry, I'm kind of tired. Essentially what I'm saying is it's important to master your energy. And it can be really tempting to pour a lot of emotional energy into things. But if it's not ultimately something that makes sense for you, it's, you know, do you have anything to say about
This
this?
card's about not overgiving and holding some of your energy. So I think we're complete there.
Okay. The next card is Aphrodite, Romantic Love, number 2. What does that bring up for you? Anything?
Well, this weekend I just was very aware of, like, obviously, my having found my twin flame and being on my twin flame journey has, like, catapulted my life. And I realized I wouldn't be in the spaces that I'm in, pursuing my career and pursuing wealth. And so this card for me is about recognizing the importance of romantic love, which is your twin flame. Not denying, not undermining the importance of that, because for a lot of people, especially people like me, it is like literally the engine of your life, and that's okay. Like your desire to cultivate wealth, your desire to expand and grow, comes from your passionate lover heart. God gave everybody that. God made you with a twin flame. God made you to be a passionate lover. And it's safe to accept that about yourself. And so I guess I was very aware this week of how that makes me unique. Like, even though, yes, I had something to receive from the sales training, but I had something to give as well, which is my union. And it's important to honor that, like, that is a major driving force for people. This is why Jeff and Shirley have dedicated their lives to helping people do the healing work to attract your twin flame. So just accept and acknowledge and embrace your desire for love.
In the book, it says empowerment message. The Greek goddess of romantic love, Aphrodite, represents a state of ecstatic being that she now invites you to cultivate within. You can experience the world as a sensual, expressive, creative being if you allow yourself the freedom to explore what this means to you. Perhaps this is a portent of new partnering or a deepening of one you already have, or perhaps this is a time for you to claim this aspect of your nature, which may have lain dormant for a while. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life now and choose to look for the essence and expression of love all around you. By doing so, love will increase tenfold, and you will see evidence of it everywhere you turn. This is your sacred task when Aphrodite chooses to aid and empower you. Alignment message. Your alignment task is to stay present, release judgment, and see the treasure of what lies in front of you. You may discover something painful is actually a beautiful gift. Indeed, it could be exactly what you need to release the old patterns that no longer serve you. What I'm actually getting from this card is that something I've been noticing about sales is that people want to buy from people who are in love with their life. And so, for example, um, if you're trying to sell twin flames to the world, in my opinion, the best thing you could do is just share your real life love story with the internet.
Mhm.
when you see someone traveling and laughing and partnering and dancing and having all these amazing experiences that you want to be having, that is sales. And so, during this week, Dan and I have like really had a great time in Miami. And I wish I could keep up with constant social media output. I'm trying to get better at it because I want to create as many memories as possible. It's really hard to keep up with it all, though. But Florida and Miami is so like I feel well, everywhere you travel, it brings up a unique energy and experience, and God really wants to romance you through traveling and having new experiences. And so, yeah, that's what it brought up for me.
Yeah. Embrace your romantic side.
And the final card is number 3, Arian Road, Time.
That definitely came up as a theme today, which was when is the right time to act? And of course, sales, you create urgency. Obviously, there's a theme here. We've been talking about sales a lot, but it's about recognizing that God doesn't hesitate. This is actually a principle of Jeff Mitchley as well. So when you're with God's flow, and this is why, Jeremy as well has created a system where it takes out that resistance, because God doesn't hesitate. Love doesn't hesitate. And when you are with God, it's okay to ascend rapidly. It's okay to have massive change. That's the thing we talked about this weekend is people are afraid of change, so they take a lot of time to make their decision. So it's just don't let fear keep you stuck. And really, so Jefferson City teaches time is an illusion. It's just basically saying you decide. You decide when you're ready to move forward, when you're ready to claim your dreams. And you are going to have to make bold decisions, step outside of your comfort zone, and yeah, do the things that the golden thread invites you to do. That is how you create your golden timeline or your ideal timeline. So that is the best way to use time, is
Being happy.
being happy and ascending your life.
Yeah, for me, the card brings up a couple different meanings. First is that as spiritual teachers, or when you are seeking to be an enlightened being in any field or industry, what you're doing is you're wanting to save time for yourself and others. That is really a sacred task. And so you should have a sense of urgency and boldly claim opportunities God gives you. And the other messages, in the book, it was saying, time is not running out and all this stuff. If you know me and my philosophy, I don't promote the you have all the time in the world philosophy. I promote a sense of urgency. But at the same time, I think God's message is that um, God loves you and time is here to support you in your healing. And, once again, there's different spiritual teachers out there. Some spiritual teachers really want you to focus on peace and relaxation and not worrying about time. I'm more of a don't miss a moment, make every moment count, have a sense of urgency, YOLO. But um I guess what's coming through for me in this is that we do save the most time by recognizing we are with God now, And do you have something to say?
Well, what you described was actually a false peace. So, and this is actually one thing we talked about a lot this weekend was, if you're going to lead someone to true peace, that's actually helping them overcome their blocks. Because lots of people think that complacency and just kind of sticking with what is what's peaceful. But actually, it isn't. It's not peaceful to stay stagnant or to not embrace the growth because peace comes from God, and God is an evolving, and this is what Deanna's pointing to. God is an evolving energy. So the truth is, you actually need to let go of the illusion that peace comes from any sort of stagnancy. It's important to release the past, release what no longer serves you, so you can be with God now, because God is a constantly ever present and ever evolving energy. So, and He's the only source of peace. So the truth is, if you want peace, you do need to be with God now.
Yeah. And so I think, oh my gosh, I just have to show. I did decide to flip to what the bottom of the deck is, and it's number 45,
Wow.
Saraswati, Mastery.
That's no accident.
Mastery.
And this is
because Jeremy Miner's all about mastery. And I think that sometimes, perhaps, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think sometimes when we hear mastery, we're like, ugh, I don't want to like focus on perfection. I just want to have fun and be. And I guess what I just want to say is that God would have you master all things, but it's
a constant process.
it's
So
a process. And
Mhm.
one thing that I was really impressed by with this Jeremy Miner conference is how peaceful and welcoming it was. There was like no intense pressure, which was really relieving to me, because I guess I kind of imagined something like this to be like extreme, and for there to be like a lot of pressure in the room.
That's exactly
There
what he's here to heal. Well, that's
wasn't.
what he's here to heal. That's the old style. And so this is why he's part of the new movement, which is actually you love people and have them sell themselves. And so, mastery in the new age now is whatever you're drawn to do. It's okay to constantly improve every aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be anything like you don't have to judge yourself. You don't have to feel bad about, being in the process of learning. It's just about, even the way you cook your breakfast or the way you do anything, it feels good to constantly refine. That's all mastery is finding a more delicious way to do all the things you're already doing, to make it richer and more beautiful in every way. So when you actually understand what mastery is, it's a delightful process, not, like Deanna said, a laborious process.
Yeah. And so that was the card reading for our Miami sermon. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the sermon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.